Said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see, the number 13 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Ohio State Buckeyes. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. The Buckeyes will kick it off to get us underway. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. Here comes the option. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
And he's brought down after a nice game.
And a play like that, that seems routine, but it only works if the quarterback can get the ball out on time and out in front of the wide receiver. That allows the receiver to keep separation from the defender, and the ball hits him in stride.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, the inside give. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple of yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receiver somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
He'll toss it. And they just didn't get anybody on that defense out of position, and they will lose yardage on that one. The Crimson Tide will bring a punt team on the field. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. They go to the ground. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
The Buckeyes can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The play action fake. Unloads to the wideout. Fires and picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Off play action on 1st down. Got out of trouble and throws. Gets it out fast. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity, because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
And I want to be aggressive in these situations. When I got 2nd and goal, I want to go out and try to get that touchdown. But I do like how he forced the ball into coverage, didn't make a big mistake, throw a turnover in this area. You want to make sure you can guarantee points. You still got 3rd and goal coming up if you want to go for it on 4th.
3rd and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. He's got it on the run. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They're going to need to get something started, finding themselves in a 3-0 hole. Oh, better look out! Thrust that arm out. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
Well, you see a great individual effort there that time, and you can see the skills this guy has, and he just reminds me sometimes of the great Ohio State backs we've seen in the past, right? You think of Archie Griffin and his 2 Heisman trophies, Ezekiel Elliott, J.K. Dobbins. This guy right here with his skill set, he's got the chance to be the next great Buckeye back.
Man, these plays are really, really simple. Really easy to run. I like it. Just drop back as a quarterback, see the big fella, wait for him to get open, hit him, get a nice positive game.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. He might want another play. Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
Punt is in the air. Catches it clean, and he loses the football on the return. Touchdown, Buckeyes! The offense cashing it in on that drive.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, while we have a moment, let's peek in on what's going on in a big one in the American. Syracuse is currently trailing, but if this young star leads a comeback today, he could join former Heisman winner Ernie Davis among the legends to wear that uniform. It's less than a touchdown lead. They're trailing by 6 to Florida Atlantic. Ought to be fun, fellas, to see how things play out in this notable matchup in the American.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. The running back has it. Plows through the defense. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
You know what? Everybody gets energized on the whole football team when you got running backs that fight for extra yards and breaks tackles. It's awesome to watch. Everybody literally gets a little jolt of energy as that guy continues to fight for everything he gets.
They'll run the option. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
They go with the option. Quarterback keeps it himself. And look, we've seen this guy on tape, guys, break these tackles and take it the distance. This offense should keep dialing up these option plays. Don't let that short gain by the QB prevent you from running this scheme in your play.
Hang on, Swoopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on third down. Wants to throw. It's Waddle. Rushes on him. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Now on the return. And the punt team able to swing him to the ground. First snap of this drive comes from their own 41. Offense changing the play. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Fires to the right. It's caught. And he's still running after the move. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
Well, really nice catch there getting the first down. This dude at wide receiver, man, he is a playmaker. You think about Ohio State and the recent run they've had on first-round picks at the position. Michael Thomas, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave. This guy keeps making plays like that. He's got an opportunity to go in the first round.
He gets just inside the red zone and goes out of bounds at the 19.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
The give to the back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
On the move from inside his 5. He's out of bounds at his own 15-yard line, looking for running room and couldn't find much on that return. Scanning the field, it's Waddle. Quickly out to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the second quarter. Bunch formation for these receivers. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Finds it back in the middle. Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the first down at the 30. The thing that made that play work is that it created the matchup they wanted and let the running back create after he caught it.
And Reese, you see more and more of this in college football. Taking the backs and using them as weapons, right? Getting them out in space as much as possible. Get them matched up on a linebacker where I can now run a route where I sell it outside, cut it inside, and I win.
Direct snap. Finding an escape route. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34. Pick up a 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Looking to throw, it's Waddle. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hip.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
From the gun, wants to pass. Here's the pressure. Quarterback gets past the marker. Just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line.
And this is why offenses tell you all the time, they want to keep it in 3rd and short or 3rd and medium like you had right here. They make you defend the whole field, and then the QB sees it. Nothing there, tucks it, does a nice job getting positive yards and getting the first down.
Goes to the option. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Alabama with a multitude of options on 2nd and short. Handoff to the lone back. Not much room to run. Let's give him 1 to the 33.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. Got a little space. He's loose. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Alabama! Boy, did he just scorch that defense for that score.
He shows you all of it, Reese. He's got the speed. He's got the agility. This dude's a big-time playmaker. You just give him the ball, and he'll find different ways to kill you on different plays.
Lining up to add another. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. from inside his own 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Oh, what vision. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He is a field-flipping machine. Take it on one end, return it to the other.
And now you get to celebrate. What a beautiful job. We always talk about defense. We always talk about offense. But, man, when your special teams come through for you and score, it is huge, and it provides such a boost for the crowd.
And with the extra point, it's a 21-10 game. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls, just simply we are more physical than you, and we're pounding the football right at you, Palmer.
So if you're on offense this next drive, take a look at their safeties and see if they're creeping up into the box. Because of your success running the football, this might be time to take a shot down the field and play action.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. There he goes. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Man, I want to be a running back in this offense. When you take that handoff to the right, you see that blocking and all the holes open up. That's a good sight for a running back.
You've heard of read and react. I think the defense read it. They just didn't react very well.
Well, when you got that kind of a line, just all that push they're getting on that right side, they just pushed the defensive lineman back, got in the linebacker's laps, and man, oh man, it was brutal up front.
They weren't going to let him loose again after that big play. This time they knock him down behind the line.
Well, after ripping off a big-time run on his opening carry, a negative play this time around, and this is going to be key. They're going to keep giving him the ball, and they need him to have more positive plays than negative ones if they're going to win.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass, it's Waddle. Dances away. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder, but the snapping the football, everybody being on time, man, this crowd really affecting the football.
Hang on, Swoopy, the Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. Incomplete, man, oh man, is that one this junior would love to have back.
3rd and long situation. They try to go screen. I think they were hoping it was going to be a big zone and they could get those offensive linemen down the field, but the defense sniffed it out, forcing the incompletion.
4th down, and this crowd trying to help this defense rise to the occasion. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Oh, he dropped it, just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. On the direct snap, it's Verrier. Oh, and he's going backwards. Defense not fooled at all by the Wildcat.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking downfield, it's Royer. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Gonna take a shot. Snatches it on the right. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down. And the Buckeyes will line it up on 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Gets the back moving. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Got his man out of the backfield. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Quarterback making adjustments. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with a turnover.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you, and I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent, but he's making bad decisions.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
And just having a guy that can continually make plays on the ground, it just opens up space for your running back, for your receivers, makes you defend the whole field. And it's not always big gains, but you've seen him today, man. It keeps the offense in positive situations with just little plays here and there, knowing he's a threat.
Gets it inside the 40, brought down at the 39, and they can stop the clock.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
Fires to the wideout. Pulls it in. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
Good route running by the receiver on that corner route. Was really able to make a sharp break and then run toward the open hole in the defense.
They have a 1st down at the 41-yard line. They'll run it out of the shotgun. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. That is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical. Get off the ball, get downhill faster.
Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection.
Well, they're trying to attack the middle of the field. That time the ball a little too high for his wide receiver, and it falls incomplete.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on 3rd down. It's Waddle. Fires to the middle. Got it. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it, 1st and goal. The offense will quickly use a timeout.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
He'll ride his man on the option. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown tie.
That's exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this second half.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Oh, they're after him. Finds a man by himself. After the filthy move, he's got room. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37.
He came into this year with big expectations. Everybody expecting him to stat it up. And now with that last completion, he's already over 2,000 yards passing for the season.
He splits the uprights. And they'll trot off to the locker room after the field goal to close the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. The returner will field it and try to do some business. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well. So you have to know where your answers are.
Off play action. Now he's going to break the pocket. The quarterback doesn't throw it away. Instead, the defense forces a loss.
Well, this defense not only has speed, but they also play with great effort. And that time on the quarterback run, they were expecting it. Everybody was in position, but they did a phenomenal job in pursuit, making sure the only direction that guy was going was backwards, running him out of bounds for a big loss.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. To the air, it's Royer. Makes the grab, it's Gant. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
And that's a huge third down conversion by the offense there. It's 3rd and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. Quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on the field.
The sure hands, it's Verrier. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter they come out and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Looking to buy time. Makes the catch. It's Gant. A solid pickup, and he goes out of bounds at the 30.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the first down.
Looking to the big tight end. He's got an open man. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
Wait, can I get the director to give me a replay of that? I want to count the defenders. 1, 2, 3. I mean, there's no way they had 11, right?
I mean, that is frustrating. Defensively, what are you taught? Like, make them earn it, right? Play man, press up on them, make them earn it, make them go the length of the field, don't give up big plays, or just give up big plays and don't have anybody in the camera shot and don't have anybody there to even miss a tackle.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to pass, it's Waddle. With the catch, it's Miles. Oh, he's got some space. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. Runs through the tackle. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle, but how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Still looking, on the move. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw.
Hang on, Swoopy, the Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the big fella. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
On the move at the 30. Lots of room to run. Run out of bounds just before he could get it into the end zone, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
That is a total bust by the defense. You can't go out there with 6 DBs and allow a wide receiver to be that wide open, make the catch, and then even make a nice run after it. Somebody made a big mistake in the back end.
And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. Quick strike complete. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And they take it in for 6 more points.
And the passing game paying dividends right now for this offense. They just had a big play through the air to get him down in the situation. So let the quarterback deal. Great job reading coverage. He found his open target, accurate throw, and 2 plays through the air, and they've got 6 points on the board.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the American. Syracuse picked a bad day to have a bad day. The once proud tradition Dick McPherson built there in Central New York, we're a long way from that right now. They're trailing by 20 to Florida Atlantic. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this clash in the American you should know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Quarterback had no shot on that play. He had a defender bearing down on him. He knew he was going to get hit. I think he should have just thrown that thing out of bounds. He's lucky that wasn't picked throwing into double coverage.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Back to throw, it's Royer. He rifles one deep down the middle. And he's got it at the 25. A giant chunk of yardage picked up there, and they're down to the 24.
That's a great job getting the first down by that guy. He's a big-time weapon. He's got the speed. He's got everything you look for in a wide receiver. And it's funny, you think about Ohio State football. Back in the day, Woody Hayes running the ball 3 yards in a cloud of dust. But recently, they've been recruiting playmakers at the receiving position because this offense has changed. It's now up-tempo. They're now throwing the ball vertically down the field, and they've had so many guys go in the first round in recent years. This dude right here fits that mold to a T. Love watching this guy play.
Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
Really nice run there, and you've seen him do this time and time again in this game so far. You've got the lead. We're way late in the third quarter now. Not going to surprise me if they just keep leaning on this guy a little bit. Keep force-feeding him the football because he is looking really good.
He just wisely got rid of that when the worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on first down in the red zone.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage.
Touchdown, Ohio State! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. Timing and better execution, that is just what a quarterback and wide receiver need.
And it's timing, it's route running, right? You got to be precise. You got to know exactly what yard you're running to. The quarterback receiver on the same page. That's why you get the touchdown.
And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Running back searching for a hole. At the 35, he's loose. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not in. They were ready for that. Going to have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. To the air. It's Waddle. Steps away. He'll try to do it himself. Stopped just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. So first down will open up the final period. That's caught. It's Gore. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling.
Who says in the RPO pass game you can't throw anything vertically downfield, right? It doesn't all have to be screens and throws at the line of scrimmage. There's a good example of a quarterback pushing the ball vertically downfield after the play fake to the running back.
They'll give him one to the 28-yard line. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He'll take it himself. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And a running game can be really hard to stop when you got so many guys that can do some damage. And this defense is taking some licks. This QB's made him look silly a couple of times. But they're starting to adjust. Gotta like that play right there, getting to him and getting him on the ground.
Looking downfield, it's Waddle. Back open in the middle. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one. On first and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. They'll try to get it in with the run. They keep feeding him in this running game, and the defense is having none of it. It's been that way all day.
And you gotta love this defensive performance so far. Done such a good job against the running back that you saw last week, man. He can go off. He can make big plays. He can chew some yardage up and keep an offense on schedule. Nice job by this defense, locking in and shutting down the run game so far.
Got nothing last time. Now second and goal from the 3. On the option. Quick toss. And that might have been a bad read as the defense just swarms all over the pitch man.
But you got to give the defense credit. They knew a big key in this one was slowing this dude down, especially after how well he played the last time out. They have been swarming him, they have been gang tackling him, and getting a lot of penetration up front.
And they'll come to the line and try to draw a little bit closer on third and goal. Trying play action. Here's a heat. That pass not closes. He got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
This pass rush is real, man. They force the quarterback, they flush him out to the left, and he's trying to scramble around, find an open guy. They still are able to get a hit on him, and that forces the incompletion.
A field goal really doesn't do much for you in this situation, so they'll go for it on fourth and goal. The snap sets up to throw. Fires to the end zone. And the pass is incomplete on fourth down, but hold on just a second. We've got to see what the flag's about. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. At the 15, he's loose. He's piled up 87 yards on the ground, and just another day at the office for the national leader in rushing.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
Oh, he's got a chance. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. They finally make the stop, and the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play.
Man, I'll tell you, you just can't quantify how much this guy has meant to his offense running the football. Leads the nation in rushing yards. He's the guy with the target on his back. Every time they take the field, the defense knows who they have to stop, and still, this guy churns out big run after big run.
On the run, it's Verrier. Stopped behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare another sight for this defense today against this guy.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far.
Well, the defense finally able to make a play, getting a tackle for loss. They haven't had many of those today because this running back really has answered the bell. They knew coming in they were going to have to give him the football, force feed it to him, and let him go to work. He's done that. Well over 100 yards rushing in this game, and the defense just has not had the answers consistently for him.
Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
Really good job by the defense, understanding third down, the situation of the game. I play a little bit deeper, take away the sticks, react to shorter. I got to go get him on the ground now. Nice job making the tackle, but playing the down and distance first, and now forcing a fourth down.
On fourth down, looking for the completion. Hauls it in, the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They came into this game with plenty of people putting them on upset alert, and they were ready for the challenge.
And they passed it with flying colors. And this is what you want to do as a team. You want to make these little statements across the season. And they proved, Palmer, the difference between them and the other team being ranked is wide, and there's a reason why.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equally, and they showed that here today, dominating in all three phases. This is a team everybody needs to look out for.
This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. On the direct snap, it's Verrier. Lets it fly. It's incomplete, but here comes the flag, and I think it's going to be a first down. This offense needs all the help they can get today, and that pass interference penalty is a much-appreciated lifeline. Direct snap. It's Verrier. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here.